just wondering, like, do you have like a checklist you go through maybe the night before a game or the morning of a game on the bus or whatever, just to see if you've taken care of what you can take care of and you're ready to rock?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do that every game. You know, you want to have a list of things that you've looked out for. I would say it's more early in the week. You have those, and then as the week goes on, by the time you get 2 hours before the game time, you want to have checked every one of those boxes. So it starts early. It's a long list, and you make sure you go, because there's a lot of things that don't get closed out until literally 2 hours before the game. You finally have I guess dotted your I's, crossed your T's. Everything is where it needs to be. That's really in all regards. I think that's offense, defense, and for me too, the game plan in all three phases.
And kind of piggybacking on what Mike just asked, do you talk about or do you think about what you're going to say pregame? Is that just all off the sleeve, all off the cuff?
I don't. Every once in a while there may be something, a theme or something that hits me, but most of the time it's just things come to me, and it could be in the moment. I could be watching film, or my wife sends me something, and something just hits me a certain way, and then it just kind of goes from there for the most part, So I may have an idea, but I don't write things down, or I just something that I guess inspires me, and then I just go from there.
Do you feel like it might be a larger, more thought out message because of the magnitude of this game?
No. This is, listen, we're right where we need to be, and the minute you start trying to make this greater than it really is, which is another football game right in front of you, and you prepare the same way, you practice the same way, you put your socks on the same way, that's when I think you run into problems. And it's the next game, and and they've done this all year. Our guys have done it all year. We've done things right. We understand what it's going to take, and we respect the opponent, know what they're capable of, and we know exactly what we're capable of. And you go into it. Go ahead.
I wanted to revisit a question from Dave earlier in the week. He just had asked you about the week to come, the challenge, the schedules, and you didn't really fully know yet. So I was just curious, reflecting, like what has the week been like for you, and how do you feel the roster's been able to keep the main thing?
You're just talking about for the week?
Yeah.
This is any other week. Just like I said early in the week, the problem is all this.
Right.
And so as long as we just stay, and our players know that, and we made that point early, the football stuff is no different than like it was getting ready for Kansas City in week one. It's identical. And so I feel like we've handled it well, and but that's all of it, and it's I feel like we're handling that well, that portion of it.
Sorry. How's Frank progressed through the week? Dealing with a bunch of stuff,
Good.
obviously.
Frank's doing well, and Frank will be ready to go. I mean, you're not going to hold him out of this one, and he gets better every day, so he'll be ready.
You talked about Jared's toughness and like even-headedness. Can you share a story that illustrates his competitiveness? Like
With Frank?
With Jared. I don't know if he's like Michael Jordan, where he's got to do something over and over and over again until he beats you, but just like how hot does that competitive drive burn inside him?
I mean, he's very competitive, and I think when you, it's the best way to say it. I think when you test his, when it comes time to read coverages, put the ball where it needs to be, identify what the type of look that we're seeing, what needs to, the looks that he needs to make a check or get us into. I think everything that deals with what he does well, his superpowers, it really shows up. It does. And I mean, it didn't take, I can tell you this, I found out how competitive he was the first spring we had him out here in the 7-on-7 when it was raining against our defense. And that's when I was like, wow, okay, that's good to see. And just watching him, throw the football and tight window throws, and it was a heated, it was heated, and he was not going to lose that day, you know, and he just got better and better and better, and his confidence was at an all-time high. So you may not always see it outwardly, but believe me, he's very competitive. And you can't play the way he's played if you're not competitive.
What are his superpowers? How would you define that for him?
Golf superpowers are, let's see here, what have I not said before? I'm trying to think of something else I haven't said. His ability to read a defense, his ability to stay calm, stay resilient, his ability to make an accurate throw, off-platform throws, to move in the pocket, to get us in the right play. I guess resiliency is the same thing as if things don't go well, you get in the second half, he's able to adjust and bounce back, and you know, that is his superpowers. You know, he's not Lamar Jackson. You know, he's not going to take off and run for 50 if he needs to. He does other things that he really leans on to help him out, and he does them well.
We talked to you a lot about, you know, this coaching staff earlier, you know, training camp and as you were hiring guys, but how important has that NFL experience been? You know, as you go here and guys, you know, some guys say it's instant credibility, but have you saw it in any ways like helpful to have guys that were former players? And was that key to you hiring some of the guys that you
Yeah, look, I think it helps as long as you're getting the right guys. That's important. You know, it's not just that you're ex-players. They have to be the right players that are ex-players. Just because a coach has not played in the NFL doesn't mean he can't coach. He's not a damn good coach. He's got to be the right coach. So that it's about the right person who is the right coach. And yes, it does. Now, if you've played and they've got it and they understand, but you still got to earn your respect. Like those, you have to earn the respect of the players. There's got to be a certain way that, look, every player just wants to know you can help them, right? I feel like you're genuinely trying to help me. You're trying to make me better. And as long as they feel that, I don't care who you are, they're all in. But the minute they feel like, I'm not getting anything out of this, or you don't care about me, or you're fake, or it's hard. It's hard to follow those guys. So I feel like everybody I've got on staff is that way. I think they do have credibility because they've earned credibility. I think they understand football. I think they understand people. I think they're motivators, teachers, communicators. You know, and I think more importantly, they all mesh together, right? We have a really, really good chemistry in the staff, which is one of the greatest things I learned under Sean Payton, man. It's, you know, compatibility is more important than coachability, which doesn't mean coachability is not important. It just means compatibility is the most important thing with that group.
Your team's been in this game 4 times. Your team's been there 4 times. It's your first time in this game. Emotionally, you got to pull your team back a little bit. I can even see the energy in you from the other days now. And
I don't want to pull them back.
You don't want to pull them
We're
back
not
at all?
pulling them back. No, we're going. We're going. They'll adjust on the fly, but we're going in, and they'll be ready.
CD Deuce and Debo had this kind of history trash talking during the off season. Do you have to say anything to him just to make sure he doesn't
Yeah, no
go
play,
like that?
no personal fouls, and that's all you got to say. He's good. He knows how to toe the line without crossing it.
Dan, you mentioned yesterday that Sheila was one of one. What example do you have of the runway she gave you and Brad to build the roster the way you needed to, knowing that it could take some time or growing pains when you first got here?
Yeah, well, I think it's exactly what she told us from day one. When we had our first interview, she laid it out. I mean, she told us exactly what she thought the issues were before, what she was looking for, what she wanted, and that we were going to be tasked with handling that responsibility, that job, and working together, the GM and the head coach, and that she was not going to do anything. She was not going to do anything to, you know, keep us from doing those jobs. She wanted to be a resource, a sounding board. She, you know, and she's been that. She wanted us to be ourselves, you know, and so she's. Look, there's things about Sheila that she's got some stubbornness in a great way. I mean that I think we all have a little bit of this confidence, this stubbornness, and when I mean that, there's things that go down, you know, we got to go to these spring meetings, and when it comes time to, you know, things that Brad and I believe in, and she's making the vote, she's got our back 100%. And the harder you push her to try to talk her out of it, the worse it's going to get for you. And I respect the hell out of that about her, because not everybody will do that. And but the most important thing is that she's got our backs, and so that makes me want to have her back anytime, anywhere. All right.